Hello everyone, AmyR here with Prairie Paper and Ink, and I am participating in yet another blog hop this weekend. This one is for love from Lizi. I had done a blog post and video for one of her monthly card kits not too long ago, and she is now celebrating 1 year in business. So there are several of us designers participating in a blog and video hop, and I will have links to that in the description box below the video. And we are all using this Sizzix Thinlits Peacock Feather die, which is rather apt because the logo for her business is the peacock feather. So this die is only available in the UK. That is where the Love from Lizi business is based. And I will have a link to it in the description box below the video along with the rest of the supplies. So I'm just running this die through my Big Shot with couple different colors of some American Crafts textured cardstock, and then I cut into the washi tape stack that I showed in my last haul video. I used that green glitter washi that has the self-adhesive backing. So I die cut that, and then there are two little dies in this set that will die cut the center of the feather and then that little detail element. And Chris had to say hi, so I just included that in the video. He likes to think he's helping. Anyway, I layered all of the little die cut pieces together on all of these feather die cuts, just alternating the colors and that little bit of washi. And then I needed a sentiment for my card, so I die cut some black cardstock with the MISTI Celebrate Die-namics die. So I die cut that 3 times, and I'm going to stack these together using just some Nuvo adhesive. Very thin amounts of adhesive. I don't want this to ooze out too much. A little bit oozes out when you're dealing with such fine detailed die cuts. But this adhesive does dry. It dries clear, not fully matte, but it's not sticky or tacky after it dries. So after I die cut my sentiment and stack them all together, my card base is some heavyweight white cardstock cut to 4 1/4 by 11. And then I scoured it at 5 1/2. So it's a top folding A2 sized card. And of course I had to finish the inside. So I pulled out the MFT All About You stamp set. And this large U word, I'm inking it first with a green ink. And I'm stamping it using my MISTI because I'm going to want to stamp this multiple times. And this stamp I hadn't used before, so I ended up inking it up multiple times because I wasn't stamping it perfectly. So inked it up a couple times, stamped it, and then the second time I'm inking it up with a dark teal colored ink, only applying ink to the bottom portion of the stamp, and then I'm kind of wiping off a little bit of the ink with a microfiber cloth so that you get more of a smooth transition and not the harsh lines you'd get from just pressing the ink pad. So then that way the stamp itself kind of transitions from the green to kind of a blue to the teal color. So once I'd stamped that, I grabbed another sentiment from that set. So it says, "Here's to you." I thought that was kind of apt for this blog hop, just to kind of celebrate being in business. So once the inside's done, I can start adhering all these die cut feathers to the front of my card. So again, I'm using that Nuvo adhesive and just applying little dabs of it to kind of the thicker areas of the die cut. So again, it's not oozing out anywhere. And adhering them all as if they're kind of being contained from the upper left corner of this card. So I adhered the one feather, and then this washi one, like I said, it was self-adhesive. So I just had to peel it off the backing there, and then I can press that into place. And then I'm going to adhere these other 2 remaining feathers. And once those are adhered, I can flip over the card and just trim off the little bits that are kind of hanging over the edge to kind of clean that up. So it's just got a nice, clean, straight edge, and it will fit properly in an A2 sized envelope. So get that all trimmed off, and then I could adhere the die cut sentiment with that same Nuvo adhesive. And I was going to leave the card just at that because I thought it looked just fine with all these feathers and that little bit of glitter, but as usual I can't leave well enough alone. So I pulled out my Nuvo crystal drops in 3 different colors, and I'm going to use Caribbean Ocean. What's the other one? What is this green? It is apple green, and then ebony black, and just holding the bottle straight up and down. I sped this up quite a bit as I was doing this, like in the editing process, but I just hold the bottle straight up and down. And then just depending on how much you squeeze is the size of these like embellishments you're going to create. So I just kind of applied them fairly randomly throughout. And the one thing I really like about these is you can apply them, like I applied them over top of some of the die cuts and some of the uneven areas where you normally couldn't adhere an enamel dot because it wouldn't stay flat. But because these are liquid, it worked perfectly. So making sure to just adhere all of the, or apply all of this, and then I had to use a pin on a couple of them to break any little air bubbles, and then set this aside to dry, and that finishes off my card. So I will have a link below the video to my blog post. I'll have links to all the supplies used. Check it out because there's also a very big giveaway going on. All that info will be in my blog post that's linked below the video. So thank you all so much for watching and subscribing and thumbs upping my videos. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all very soon in the next one. Bye.